Everybody, this is Michelle with Bob Rewards Club. I'm coming to you late. I normally start this at 4 o'clock on Sundays. This program is called Black Business Entertainers, and today I will be talking about the one and only Will Smith. Will Smith, as you guys all know, he is a legend, and I'm going to be talking about his foundation that he has with his wife, which is called the Will and Jada Smith Family Foundation, and also how he got his start, and with his role as Fresh Prince of Bel Air, and his relationship that he has with Benny Medina. If you guys don't know who Benny Medina is, he is a big Hollywood mogul in Hollywood. So he's produced and was the manager for Jennifer Lopez and quite a few other big stars. So let's go ahead and get started. So glad that you guys can join me today. I'm going to share my screen. And before I share my screen, just let you know that any of the information that's being used in this video is for educational purposes. The purpose for our use of the copyrighted information, if there's any that would be presented in this live video feed, it would be for the sole purpose of education. So this would be under the Fair Use Act 17 USC Code 107. Okay, just want to share that, and I'm going to share my screen. So let's talk about who Will Smith was just briefly. You guys all know who he is. Now, I want to talk. The purpose of Black Business Entertainers is so that we can share the contributions of Black business entertainers outside of what they normally do. So whether or not it's in music, if they're an actor, or anything that is related to entertainment, okay? So Will Smith, he was born on September 25th, 1968. He is from Philadelphia, and he went to Overbrook High School, which was the area that he was from. So he later on named his company, which is Overbrook Entertainment Company. It is named after the area that he is from in Philadelphia. So he first started out, of course, with DJ Jazzy Jeff. And like I said, from the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, he got that start. Now, he got that start through meeting with Benny Medina himself. Now, Benny Medina is from, he was raised in Beverly Hills. He's raised in Los Angeles, later was taken in by family in Beverly Hills. So he has quite of a story himself. I think he lost one of his parents or something had happened. So he had like a tragic start. But so a white family in Beverly Hills, they took him in, and he basically, that's kind of, where he got his start, and he went to high school and stuff in Beverly Hills. So, Benny Medina, he, got to know quite a few people at that time. But him and Will Smith have had a long-standing relationship, and this is where Will Smith pretty much got his career from. And then, of course, Quincy Jones and Benny Medina, they both produced the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. So Will Smith right now is worth somewhere around $300 million, according to everything that I have found. But he has made quite of investments outside with his foundation, plus other investments that he has. So Overbrook Entertainment, as this article says, now this is from cleverism.com. You can go take a look at it. So it was originally founded by James Lasseter and Will Smith. and it's a production company. It's based in Culver City, California. It was founded somewhere around 1997 and 1999. And what they do is they produce telefilm films. That's where all of his films are coming out of Overbrook Entertainment that Will Smith produces. So everything that you pretty much have seen, like Bad Boy and all these other films, come out of Overbrook Entertainment. So now it says that the company has so far invested in 4 different companies. In 2013, it invested in $1.4 million in Loom, which is a photo management solution that enables users to store videos and photos in the cloud and then access the data from any device. Okay, so this is a pretty good article if you want to go take a look at it. Now it said that he also invested $2.1 million into Blackjet, along with 32 other investors. Blackjet enables users to book instant seats on private jets. The software guarantees the availability of seats and presents itself as a very cost-effective private jet solution. Says here that they also invested $2 million in a family entertainment website called Plugged In. The website produces commentary and information on culture, video games, television, music, and movies. So I don't know anything about that. I've never even heard of that, but I will go check that out. Now I have heard about his New Village Academy. In 2008, Will Smith initiated a private elementary school by the name of New Village Academy in Calabasas, California. That is where he lives. Will Smith, he lives in Calabasas, California, which is a suburb outside of L.A. The management of the school was selected by Smith and Jada, his wife. The school incorporated educational methodologies such as Bruner methods, Gardner, Montessori, and study technology. So it's really emphasis, as you can tell, if they're using anything in Montessori and Bruner, that they're very into the learning process. Subjects that were taught in the school, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you can go read about that. But so they gave every student a laptop, it says here, which is great. A lot of schools do that now. It says in 2005, Will Smith, along with his wife and Jay-Z, invested heavily in Brooklyn-based cosmetic line Carol's Daughter. The beauty line was initiated by Lisa Price, and the group of music and movie stars invested hefty, about $10 million. So he invested in that as well. So it's got quite a bit of investments, a lot of investments. In 2012, Smith, along with Jay-Z, they joined as investors to fund Vidi, which is a video sharing application. The application was meant to be like Instagram for videos and was created only for iPhone users. It allowed users to share small video slips with their friends. And in 2012, the application brought 300,000 new users every day, up to 10 million users that were already registered to it. Okay, well, I think anytime that you buy any type of users, that's not good, because I've never heard of this either. There's not a whole lot of marketing on it. Investors in the application included Biz Stone, the founder of Twitter, Shakira, Rock Nation by Jay-Z, and Overbrook Entertainment by Will Smith. Jada and Will Smith have comfortably joined hands with Jay-Z in several business ventures. The trio also produced the 2009's Broadway musical Fella. Okay. Now, this next investment that he did with the Philadelphia 76ers, that is an awesome investment. Will Smith wanted to get hold of Philadelphia 76ers since a long time, and it finally happened. This is in 2011, enhancing his list of great business investments. Smith and his family struck the deal for a hefty $280 million, which allowed them a partial ownership of his basketball team along with other investors. The leader of the ownership is Apollo Global Management's co-founder, Joshua Harris. So he's made some really, really nice investments with his money. I kind of like to look at this now. Of course, we got all kinds of pop-ups here. Let's see here. And then Fancy, it says, Fancy is in 2012, Apple wanted to acquire the Pinterest-like website Fancy, but could not make it possible just a year after. Will Smith invested heavily in this e-commerce website along with other investors such as Lynn Blavatnik, who is an American Express billionaire, and Sarah Fry of Bloomberg. Fancy was generating the revenue of $3 million each month in 2012, and he had also raised about $80 million from investors such as Chris Hughes, co-founder of Facebook, and Jack Dorsey, co-founder of Twitter. Okay, and then it says here stance. So in 2011, Smith invested $6 million in Stance. Now, see, this is another company that I've never heard of either. It is a first-class sock brand devoted to the spirit of uniqueness. Based in San Clemente, California, Stance creates socks using high-quality materials and the best fit. The team comprises of Aaron Hennings, Jeff Curl, Ryan Kingman, and Taylor Shute. Okay. And then this next company, Julep. Will Smith invested $30 million in Jane Park's beauty venture Julep along with 12 other investors. The brand is a rapid-growing e-commerce business that serves the beauty and takes a round approach to distribution, testing, and product development. The brand is the only beauty company in the world that gathers feedback from social media networking sites such as Pinterest and Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook to manufacture more than 300 fresh beauty products each year. Its distribution is done online via its website and also through Nordstrom, QVC, and Sephora. So that company there has a lot of good relationships going on with other corporations. That sounds like a good investment. And then in 2013, Smith invested $650,000 in a media company by the name of BioBeats, along with 5 other investors. BioBeats develops programs based on clinical medicine, consumer wellness, and health and entertainment. The founders of this company are Nadine Kassam, David Plans, and David Morelli. And the rest of the investors are Cantora, Zine Fun, Scooter Braun, Kevin Colleran, and ENIAC Ventures. Okay. And then in 2013, Smith invested $5.7 million in Matt Sandler's Chromatech. It is a digital learning platform that redefines how people learn, perform, and practice music. Their web and their iPad applications enable users to record performance tracks, upload music, and share the steps with their friends, bandmates, teachers, and so that, those are some very, very, very good investments by Will Smith. If you guys are joining me right now, I would appreciate if you could please join, share, like. If you are on Facebook or if you are on our Twitter feed, please come over to our YouTube channel, which is B.O.B. Rewards Club, and subscribe to our channel, okay? But I am going to, like I said, on Sundays, what I normally do is I do this podcast called Black Business Entertainers. And so I think it's very good that we look at the philanthropy of Black business entertainers, such as Will Smith, and others that are in the music and in the entertainment industry with acting or whatever it is. So this is meant to be educational. And this is stuff that, we can both learn together as I research in some of these topics. But this is part of our program here. So again, please share and like this. And if you're not on our YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. So, advices for entrepreneurs from Will Smith. And I'm reading this article, Cleverism. Will Smith truly believes that the universe is present to take care of commands, blah, blah, blah. Now, Will Smith, he does have a YouTube channel. And it is a very good YouTube channel. He doesn't like post all the time, but you can go take a look at it. He shares all kinds of some family things and a lot of different things. But as you know, him and Jada kind of have an open relationship. They're still married, but at one point I understand that they were close to divorce, but they have more of a business working relationship that seems to work for them and their family. I'm not here to kind of talk about that. Now, if you want to go see Jada Pickett's YouTube channel, she's got it's called Red Table Talks, and she films it out of her house. But Will is usually not a part of that, and I'm not here to talk about Will, Jaden, or Willow. I'm just here to briefly talk about the investments of Will Smith and his contributions to the Black community, if any. And it seems that he has had several to certain foundations and so on in his areas, in both Jada's area of Baltimore, Maryland, and also in Philadelphia, where Will is from. So, they've helped out schools, and I'll get to that philanthropy part in just 1 second here. But, I'm very much inspired, and I do want to give my shout out to this brother. Now, there has been a lot of controversy. In fact, there's a controversial issue going on right now with Will Smith. And I would just like to briefly talk about that. And this is just coming out as of this past week, okay? And that is Will Smith has signed a contract deal to play Serena Williams' dad, okay? And it has stirred up a little controversy because Will Smith looks nothing like Serena Williams' father, as you can see right here, okay? And so the controversy is why don't they have more dark-skinned people or people that look more familiar or similar in appearance to that person? And we hear this over and over again, but how contracts are awarded down in Hollywood. They are, Will has been a part of the Hollywood group, okay? I guess I don't know any other word to put it, but he's been a part of this group, the moguls of Hollywood for many years, and that has helped his career tremendously by who he knows, not so much necessarily by talent. And we're seeing the same thing with his kids. I don't believe that they really possess all the talent that the money and stuff that he's putting into his kids. If you look at Jaden and you look at Willow, but I'm not knocking that because I understand that Willow seems to have been experiencing, she seems to be experiencing some development issues, maybe bipolar or just something going on where she is not, if you look at, the relationship she's had with her father and stuff like that, if I look at her, and that's just my opinion on it. But, I know that he's trying to work with his family more. But now, as you can see, he doesn't look anything like Serena Williams' father. But he did sign a contract, and they said too here. Now this Oprah magazine here, this article here, the controversy doesn't have anything to do with the 50-year-old star not having a background in tennis. His athletic ability or lack thereof. Instead, many are questioning whether Smith's skin tone as an African American man is dark enough to play the father of Serena Williams. Okay, so on Monday, Deadline announced that Smith was in talks to take in the Williams family. Patrick O'Rourke Williams is a Tennis Association Hall of Fame inductee who, spite of his unfamiliarity with tennis and shortcomings growing up poor in Shreveport, Louisiana, helped mold his two daughters into the Grand Slam champions they are today. Okay, so you can go read this article. about that. And here are some of the comments here that have gotten a lot of, a lot of attention. And this is on Twitter. And that is that, Clarence Hill, I believe he writes for the NFL. He said something in regard to colorism matters, love with Smith, but there are other black actors for this role. So there has been a little bit of controversy, but I'm sure we'll all get over it. And Hollywood is what Hollywood is. Now, if you're into Hollywood, then this, and you're into what Hollywood does, I'm certain this will certainly make you upset. But, of course, I don't agree with the things that Hollywood puts out all the time, but I realize it is Hollywood, and that is, what they do. Now, I believe that we do need to get our own serious, positive black entertainment, mogul thing kind of going on like Bollywood, just like, Hollywood. So, but, that's another podcast. So, I kind of want to just share that with you. What that controversy that's going on with Will Smith. I do want to share with you now a little bit about some of his charitable campaigns and stuff that he has in his foundation. Which is him and Jada both. They have a foundation called CIE, and it's an institute. But I'm going to show you overall all of his charitable contributions. I found this very good website, which basically it's called Look to the Stars, and you can go look at whatever information that they've gathered up on the charities that a lot of your famous stars, and where they're giving their money to. And so, but here it says that Will Smith, and they've got Jada included into this gift and giving too as well. So they've done a lot of different things here, and they've given to all these different charities and foundations. Now, I think it's important because, like, if you're a nonprofit, black-owned business, okay, if you guys are looking at this, these are, I think Will Smith and Jada Pickett's Family Foundation is a great foundation to try to get funding. Now, I know I did do a little bit of reading, and it said that a lot of their charitable giving is done either in California, Philadelphia, in the Philadelphia area, Pennsylvania, and Maryland, Baltimore, okay? Or Baltimore, Maryland. And so, but I wouldn't let that inhibit. If you're doing anything that kind of is along their guidelines, and a lot of it seems to be related towards entertainment. So, like, if you're doing anything in production or entertainment, I think that their foundation, which is a 501c3, okay, again, that is the Will and Jada Smith Family Foundation. I think that they are a good organization to present a proposal to help your nonprofit and what you do. Now, he's given to, now a lot of these are your mainstream white Rand foundations that you're seeing here, okay? But as you can see, he puts a lot of money into the Will and Jada Smith Family Foundation. And he does get a lot of support. And here are some of the people that they've got listed that has supported, like Tisha Campbell and Malcolm Jamal Warner. So he's done quite a bit. They got different articles on here that, what him and both had, have helped. I know he's just recently donated like $103 million. he's done quite a bit of giving. Now, hopefully, you know, hopefully that is trickling down to Black people in the community. Okay? Because when I look at what a lot of these stars like Will Smith, and when they start, and Oprah Winfrey, and when, like I talked about Oprah Winfrey last week, when I look at it, it seems like they give a lot of giving, like, again, to these known white organizations when they have them listed. And that to me is kind of like a de-investment of your community because of the fact, being a divester, because of the fact that we do need more of our Black people who have the means and the money to do more investing into different Black communities across the United States, because our communities are suffering. So, so I like to look at where they have given their charities to, okay, and what their causes have been. So, it says that some of the things that he has focused on, and I did read this earlier, it's been AIDS and HIV at the risk, disadvantaged youth, cancer, children, creative arts, disaster relief, education, family, parent support, health, human rights, hunger, mental challenges, physical challenges, and poverty. All right. So that is Will Smith and his charitable giving, which is outstanding. Now next is his foundation that he has. And the foundation that he has is, it's not a whole lot of information in terms of like on the web, but this is their website page, and it is wjsff.org. That is the initials. And the Will and Jada Smith Family Foundation works as a convergence of philanthropy, media, and social impact. So it says that the foundation is an incubator, an accelerator that ignites the next generation of big ideas, cutting-edge artists, and thought leaders, change makers, and social innovators. And they focus on arts, education, social empowerment, sustainability. When you kind of read through this, it looks like Jada is probably the one that's running most of it, because there is a lot of stuff in here in regard to Jada. I do know that the foundation itself does get quite a bit of donations. And again, here it lists who they've supported, evidently. And as I was just on the other website, some of these same names are here, like the Red Cross and so on. But here's his investments. We kind of talked about some of his investments and some of his partners that he has, and he's got quite a bit of them. And so far, since I've been doing Black business entertainers, I would say that Will Smith is far beyond the most heavily invested Black business entertainer that I have researched so far. So much more than what I even seen when I looked at Oprah Winfrey. Okay, so her investments are a little bit different, whereas he's taken his money and kind of spreaded it all over. But he's heavily involved with the Rockefeller Foundation, so I did find that the Rockefeller Foundation has helped him out quite a bit. And so, just outstanding. So you can go take a look at this website. And again, that is for his foundation, which is the Will and Jada Smith Family Foundation. So, yeah. So that is Will Smith. And, I want to thank you guys if you guys tuned in to watch this with me. But, hey, this, again, is Black Business Entertainers. Please share, like, join our Facebook club, join Bob Rewards, club, and you can see it on our website behind me, bobrewards.club. And hey, you guys have a wonderful Sunday. And again, thank you.